part in terms of the process. All right. And then the last issue that was asked is about the spot. And the fact that we needed some more clarity in terms of the cash lump sum. And I think it's very important, because even with the housing allowance, we get some challenges, because there's a confusion in terms of price. Important to remember that you will have a vested pot, but those that will follow you after implementation of the Act won't have that. So it's only for you that will be a challenge until we resolve it in some or the other way. People to follow have the vested pot. The vested pot is your cash lump sum. Remember, currently when you go on pension, like I said earlier, you get cash lump sum, you get your retirement. Now you don't get a cash lump sum anymore, it's in the vested pot. So you go on pension now, you will get your retirement as it is, but now you will still have the choice when your vested pot is there to take that as your cash lump sum. When you get out of the system and you can access that as your cash lump sum. Again, is there any interest generated in the vested pot? It's not clear yet, or it's definitely not defined yet in terms of the generation of any interest that is there. So at retirement, your vested pot is yours. It's your cash lump sum. You will then have to take a decision, do I want the cash lump sum, or do I want to put into my retirement, have it on a month-to-month basis? And the biggest choice there would be a tax implication. Do I take this money and pay tax, or do I put it into a retirement fund and pay lesser tax? Ujes, I think those were the questions and those were the clarities. But like I say, it's something that's still developing. Let's see how it plays itself out. You know, well, the GS is coming. How do you know if you've got a good shop steward? Or how do you know if you're a good shop steward? It's when you are able to bring around or bring about an unwanted message. I've seen this in my life. You go to a meeting as a good shop steward, you know that you need to raise something that's not on the agenda, that's not there, but you've got a mandate to say, raise this thing. How do you do that? You get into the meeting, you raise it. Once you raise it, the chairperson says, no, you're out of order. That thing is not on the agenda. You say, okay, thank you, sorry. You wait for them to come to the next point. You say, chairperson, Chair, on this point, can I just talk about this thing? No, you can't talk. I promise you, by this point, you're going to say, okay, talk. Just talk and just finish your story. Now, once you've reached that, you would know I'm a good shop steward. This thing is still very new, and there's still a lot of discussions that are going to happen about it. My personal opinion is that it's not going to achieve what it needs to do with the 25,000 Rand threshold. 25,000 Rand is just not sufficient. So this will bring this thing continuously up to Treasury would say, okay, how much would you want? Because that is the one. I appreciate the access, I appreciate the opportunity to withdraw, but really 25,000 Rand tax, it's not even going to help me to pay my wife's expenses, GS. All right, thank you very much, Commissioner.
No, thank you very much, GS. We will indeed have the position, and it will be circulated to the regions. So we look at it through regional offices. Appreciate once more GS for the presentation. And comrades, we are actually supposed to break for tea, but before we do that, I wish to introduce the men who dressed the delegates in the fashion that they are dressed now, and even yesterday at the last elective conference. That is the director of JVS agencies, Mr. Natu. If you may rise and greet the conference. The pens that you have, you see the pens that you have. You got the pens, eh? Those ones were donated by JVS agencies. Yes.
know I'm short, still short like Mr. Malinga. But thank you for the assistance. I just want to take this opportunity to giving us to be part of this policy event and all the other events that JVS had partaken. Thank you, Mr. Malinga. Thank you, the GS. And most importantly, I'm sharing the stage with the CEO, Mafu, and the surgeon behind everything else, and abundance of policies. Mr. Bure, I learned a lot from you this morning. Thank you so much. I take no, should I say, I'm just a policy maker at what we do. And this morning when I was asked to give a speech, I've got to take from the cup of my head just to say your guys look beautiful, handsome, fantastic. Viva Natu. And we being part of the process and being part of the family since Mr. Koba and the late Mr. Alan Thompson and now Mr. Malinga is an edging factor of bringing to Natu best. We try our best every single day. We sit down, we manage, we procure, we're working endlessly with sponsors, and getting through the process is where what we have come to, of having to share this platform with not just with the 400 or 500 delegates here, but the entire of Natu and its people. The opportunity is always welcome. Our partnership with all the other sponsors is greatly welcome. At the same token is that I take no credit in what we do, but with everybody sitting in front of us, you'll make all of this succession happen. Without you, Natu is nowhere. And I appreciate that, and thank you for giving me the opportunity. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Naidu. We're now breaking for tea. May I request my leaders, vice presidents, to kindly assist with the marshalling of the queues at the back there. There is a serving station this side. I will request all the delegates that are seated this side to use that station, and then delegates decide to use that station. We will appreciate that we do so in queues, starting from the back. Comrades, there. Comrades there, please take your seats. Go back to your seats, please. Vice President, please go back to your seats.